Okay, so once again, I have recorded something that I wanted to show you all last week, but the loading time was too long. So this is a particular website that has more resources than I could possibly cover in a single class. So you'll know this is owl.english.purdue.edu. Okay, this is a particular site that this is also where I got the sample paper, but this will go over all of the APA formatting. So we have research and citation, APA style, overview and workshop, formatting, and style guide. Now as you go through the style guide, you can see that we've got general formats. Let's see what's under there. APA guidelines, citation style chart, the vidcast series, you've got YouTube channel, all kinds of things that you can help you sort out how this works. The running head, so this is very specific, just as we covered in the previous video. Running head with the colon occurs on the first page only. After that, it is simply the title of your paper in all caps. Going through, here we go, once again, another example. What does the abstract do? How to cite the Purdue OWL and APA. Dun, dun, dun. They provide it for you. All right, back up. In-text citations, this is our basics. We've talked about our in-text citations are also what I often refer to as parenthetical references. Parenthetical references, just what's in the parentheses. So the basics. And it's going to go through these quite nicely for you. So what does it look like if you have already included the author's name? Here we have the publication date immediately following the author's name. And then at the end of that particular quotation, if it's a short one, we are going to open parentheses, P for page, period, page number, close parentheses, and then the concluding punctuation, which in this case happens to be a period. So here we have, it's included within the context of the sentence. So Jones, 1998, whichever article was published, and that references your list of bibliographic references at the very end. Found, open quotations. Students often had difficulty using APA style guide, close quotations, and then you have your parenthetical reference. In this particular sentence, the author's name was not mentioned, so we have the author's last name, comma, date of publication, comma, and then we have the page number annotation, close parentheses, comma, again, because we're in the middle of the sentence. But she did not offer an explanation as to why. When I have mentioned on many different papers that I want you to weave in the quotation, this is the example. Some of you have the habit of starting with the quotation and then just talking about it, or making your argument and dropping in the quotation at the end. You really have to find a way to weave in the quotation. And this is a great example because it is in the middle of your sentence. Long quotations. Again, each thing is going to be a little bit different. Long quotations, again, author's name, date of publication, study found the following. You have a much longer quotation, and in this case, you don't need the quotation marks. Because it's so long and because it's set off differently with the colon, you know that it's a quotation. And we have the page number at the end. And in this case, because there are multiple sentences within the quotation, the period is in its normal place. It is not after the parenthetical reference. If you had put it after the page number, the indication would be that that page number is simply for that sentence. Okay, summary or paraphrase. We've also talked a lot about the intellectual rights, if you will, that you can't, even if it's in your own words, you can't take someone else's idea. You have to give them credit, either by mentioning their name and following the typical referencing format within the sentence, or simply with the complete parenthetical reference at the end. You have to give people credit for their ideas. All right, now this is the piece where when I'm reading your papers and I see that there's an error, I can usually tell that there's an error, but I cannot tell you how to fix it. Because if you open up any of these, you can see it just goes on and on and on about, okay, in-text citations, the authors. There are different ways, different codes for so many different things that you really just have to get into the habit of looking it up. You need to know. You need to know where to look. And that's why I really wanted to revisit the Purdue OWL site so that you all could see it. Citing indirect sources, citing electronic sources, personal communications sources without page numbers. If the list goes on and on, organizations as an author, 2 or more works in the same parentheses, authors with the same last name. You just need to know where to go to look. And I would like for you all to take a little bit of time to explore the Purdue OWL writing lab because it is so complete, and this will serve you well for your future classes as well. This is not just something that you need to know for your American Lit class. This is something that your professors in all of your classes are going to expect you to know. Okay, so back to the slideshow.